So here is the Fairmont as it was the other day, ready to go to the dyno, all cleaned up, everything hooked up and mostly functioning. And today I go to take this guy to the dyno and I repinned. So this is what's funny. Let's go on a little tiny story time here. I threw an Andy Bryant harness in this car and have not started it since then. So today I went straight to firing it, and on my way to the dyno, it started to overheat. And I'm like, oh, I know exactly what this is. The fan isn't coming on, and I never even idled it at home to see if it did. Well, that was very smart. Anyway, I just drove it home because it's so cold today that it had no problem cooling off. So I drove it home, I fixed the pin out, and then drove it down to the dyno, issue free, finally, and started throwing down this. And so this whole voiceover, I'll show how the engine bay looks. Okay, now we're going to talk over how the dyno plots went. And I was extremely happy. I did not push it very hard, and it made 508 on 5 pounds. I was extremely happy about that. And then took a little hits there here to get the boost controller working, figure out the baseline duty cycle, and when I wanted to overshoot a tiny, I made 8 pounds, and then 8 made 602, and then what happened after that was that's when the fuel pressure issue was happening. I have safeties built into the computer where if injector duty cycle goes too high, fuel pressure goes too low, closed loop, it gets overactive. So I have all of that set up, and then this dipped below the fuel pressure safety, so it nicked it off. It did it twice, so I was like, well, I gotta quit. And I looked at the data log and I was like, wow, my fuel pressure is falling off hard. So I figured that was the end of the day. It probably would go 650 plus easily on just 12 pounds, looking at how it was before it cut off. Other than that, I'm extremely happy, super happy with this thing so far. And the next time I go, there's something wrong with my fuel pump. I'll do an update video. I either have only one working, or one went bad, or the way I was triggering it isn't set up. Any number of things. So I'm going to fix the second pump, go back with ethanol, and do the same amounts of boost, and then shoot for more as long as I don't have a fuel issue. Whew. Quick going over the data here. What I wanted to see was turbo outlet pressure, but the sensor isn't working. I don't know why. I have to check it out. And back pressure, I don't have the canister. It should be here tomorrow. I figured back pressure would be very good anyway to really not worry about it. One of the neat things having all of this sensor data is you can see turbo outlet temperature, ambient temp, and what's going into the intake. You can tell how well the intercooler is working. You can tell if the turbo's just out of breath and blowing hot air like crazy. And the outside temperature to know how much it's getting in, getting out, everything else. The one I love to use now is coolant pressure. So in my experience, like a stock head, stock block, junkyard engine, usually 13 to 15. I usually set a cut. I mean, you can dyno pull it a bunch, and if it has a consistent close to 20, just set it at 30. But I always like to set it, so say if it's always 15, 13, I try to cut it at 20. And you shouldn't have that much wiggle that it's nicking 20, because if it is, it's pushing combustion anyway. So even after all that, the data looks pretty cool. I'm super excited how it's going. I got to dig into these sensors, but everything looks good and it survived, and I drove it there and drove it home. So this is just instead of just the numbers, this shows the view, and you can see how everything's correlating on the other side here. At the tip of the red, that's the RPM, and you can see it was on its way up and something cut it off. Just boop. So it has very good numbers. The coolant pressure is great. It's right in where I normally see. Crankcase pressure is almost non-existent, and outlet temperatures and everything are looking pretty good. So I'm excited to get some ethanol in it and take it back down. I got to figure out my fuel stuff going on, which I don't think is. I think that one pump isn't turning on at all. I don't think I have it connected, or I have the trigger done incorrectly. I'm pretty sure the person is me, because that's who it's been the last couple days when they